Now, when you're telling someone who never changed a child's diaper about sticking out your tongue and they don't get it, what you mean, this person is obviously a male lying about even helping a child by changing their diaper. If it's a female, she's flat out lying because, trust me, a female at least changed a diaper once in her lifetime. Like I said, right? Now, Daphne's daughter was with her mom because her and Sal had a falling out anyway. And they had to help raise her while they were both in the Navy. Come on, get real, get real. You're not implicating me. You're implicating them. And that's stupid, right? You can't say a man around her 1 to 4 days can even do a lot with her sleeping with her mom, right? In the first place. In the second place, if she comes in there or not, you're blaming the mom, right? For not watching her daughter well enough late at night if she's asleep too, right? Come on. Then, you're saying you think I wouldn't bring her back to her mom even if she came in there or not, right? Well, my sister's proof of that. I helped raise her till I joined the Navy from birth to 7 years old. All you need to know about that, that's enough info for you. Now, whether you understand what I'm saying or not about having a shower with my mom and remembering it in the old apartments we lived in, which were kind of house type units, and they were kind of whitish in color, and they were probably 2 bedroom with a shower type bath. It might have been one of those walk-in showers, I'm not sure. But again, I remember taking a shower with my mom when we lived over there around 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Then I think we moved to Pennsylvania Avenue, and then to 17 maybe. That's where I did the fire truck and wouldn't let go until the fire department came and broke my hand from the brake because I was holding my car. So kids don't know if you ball your hand into a fist, you can't get your car out. Well, I held on to the car until I got my mom, stubbornly now at this age, right, to call the fire department and break the damn brake. Now, it was one of those brakes with a hole in it, of course. Cedar, what's it called? Damn. Yeah, one of those brakes, you know what I mean. And my car had fell in it. Now, that's one determined little boy to get his car. Ain't it? To get his ride. Right. Anyway. So, then, okay, idiot don't realize he's acting like he's someone I know somehow, right? He knows too much information. Well, the only place I blacked out was on base, right? And the only thing I'm trying to do is get into my window, right? Now, there's 2 ways I could have gotten down, right? From that position. Now, if I did what I think I did, I might have even showed them how I did it all. And they still wouldn't believe me. Right? This is stubbornness beyond any sense of common sense or reason, right? And like I told him, even stuntmen in a bar fight will sometimes get knocked into a table from about 1 to 2 stories, right? Sometimes, right? And it's just kind of something a stuntman would do, or someone who trained in the martial arts and jiu-jitsu, or kind of knew about that, right? Now, if I'm about 8 feet stretched out all the way, like I tried to show you before, right? That means I'm with my hands extended trying to get onto the window ledge, and I was about 4 inches from the window ledge, right? Anyway, about that far. you of course feel safe to let go if the window ledge looks thick and you can walk a damn tightrope at home. No. Now, like I said, training is everything, right? So, I was training to stay in shape because of the karate being at the time, right? And looked like the guy in Jim Cotta or Mitch Gaylord or something like that, right? When I was younger and able to exercise more since the fall itself, right? Or the injury itself on base, right? Now, if I lower myself down another 8 feet or so, I could still get on the second floor window ledge, probably too. Now, I might would be like more of a, maybe 6 inches if it was a little bit taller between floors. I don't remember all the details because the building's probably been torn down by now because they were supposed to build more space for parking, right? And they were moving the barracks to another location anyway, right? And this was 94. Now, someone don't get why I talk about it every day. Ain't because of me, but them. You're being too freaking nosy. You're all up in our business. Mine, my ex-wife's, her ex-baby daddy. I mean, come on. Her family, my family, their family, right? Even I'm having to suggest, because I don't know how it happened, that someone was messing with the stepmom, right? Whatever. Now, all you're doing is suggesting to create an alibi anyway, like you see in the movies, right? You gotta have an alibi. Well, that gives me an alibi if stepmom watched her daughter during the day while dad went to work. Biological dad, right? Now, stepdad can do these activities with her, but all he's saying is story 1 is the only one that would make sense. Now, if she came in there, right, and she didn't say nothing, I might could have brought her to the bathroom myself and she went, I don't know. What's going on? I'm making it up kind of with amnesia in between from the 20 days being on base, right? Now, you don't think if my ex-wife thought her daughter was even touched by me within 20 days she would know? Yeah, right. Idiot don't get that either. Now, how many times I gotta tell you, I was never alone with my stepdaughter. Whether it's 1 to 4 days, right? And all you do on the weekend is you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you watch TV, or you go out to, the mall or something, to get out the house. Nothing too weird or too out the ordinary. And if you're sleeping on the couch, okay, you're not gonna really expect that to happen anyway. See, that's the mom's job. Make sure daughter don't go in there to sleep with stepdad and wake him up and something weird happens. Ain't it? So you're trying to bring my ex-wife's family, her baby daddy, and the stepmom, and or step-girlfriend, whatever she was at the time, or step-fiance. She was one of those threes. And then my family as well, because, they raised me. And it might be a little awkward to you that we did all this, some of these things growing up. Stick out our tongue to my sister while we're changing her diaper, or run her a bubble bath and let her take a bath. And I remember taking a bath with my mom when I was around 3 or 4, somewhere in there myself. A shower, actually. And then you see the new Pampers or Huggies commercial, whichever one that is, right? Where the dad's taking the shower with the child. I know. So that's criminal to think, okay, she might have needed a bath or something? No. Never has been, right? And undress and take her bath with her, but change your mind, right? No. It's not. Right. It's just a suggestion because you seem to know more about it than anyone else around me. My ex-wife, don't even want to talk to me anymore because of you, right? Won't let it go, and I'm having to explain it over and over to a pile of bricks that is so thick you can't break him with a damn sledgehammer. right? You can't reason with this person. It's almost like they know me better than I know myself, right? Well, that's an arrogant prick who's trying to do something with a man who ain't into him that way. It's no different than a female being stalked by a male, too. Or even if it's a female stalking me, right? Like Mary Bell, which they're trying to make me think they're one of my exes and all pissed off with me, too, sometimes, right? Well, if you're pissed off with me and I don't have control over your birth control pills and someone has to mess with them for you to get pregnant the last time we were together, who had access to your birth control pills besides you if you're taking them how you're supposed to? Right? All I can ask you, whoever that person was, if you're not having sex with your fiance, Steve, and yet your birth control pills are in his damn medicine cabinet, fool. Only way you can get pregnant the last time we were together and you're only with me, like you said, and don't want Steve to know still for some reason, which is insane by now. You have a child. However you got here, which is usually normally conceived by sex. You can be mad that Steve did that to you, but Steve, or someone with full access to your birth control pills, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not. That's the only way you can get pregnant. Unless you got a bad batch from the company itself, then you can sue the company or Steve civilly. Because he's obviously lying about it after all this time, too. So, what you gonna do? If it's Mary Bell, like I said, you need to let that shit go. I don't know how you got pregnant either. Let Steve mess with your birth control pills because you're having sex with me, but not him. Take the hint. Get over it. He ruined your marriage with Scott, too, not me. I didn't even know. I didn't have a clue he was going to do that. Now, what I'm really trying to show you by doing it different is I'm done with your ass. We're going to go do it one more time. Get real, get real. Now, I'm not mad if Patrick was buying it. I didn't even have to pay child support. What about that? Right? I mean, you can't do nothing about that. I can't repay him. I can't make him the under from 18 or younger again to pay him. I might can give him like $1,000 or something. Wouldn't mind that either, like Mary Bell. But I still don't mess with Patrick because I never met him. But I know his full name is Patrick William Harrison. Right. And like I said, I don't bother nobody unless you're doing something strange to me either. I'm kind of a homebody because basically this is how I was raised, I come home, watch the Thundercats or something around my teenage years until it went off the air. I came home like from either 80 to 85, somewhere, 83, 85, somewhere in there. Right? Go outside because Mom didn't want us in the house for a little bit after we got home. I'd also watch shows like G-Force about the, it's kind of similar to, the Power Rangers, but it was more Japanese animated and more, about more like airplanes, right? And things like that. And yet they can make a mechanical, fighter as well with a sword or something, right? But it was a cartoon, right? And again, these were shows I watched growing up. Also, Dungeons and Dragons with the mage, the huntress, and the bow guy, and things like that. And there's about 3 main characters or 4. I forget all the details, and sometimes they would face the dragon, sometimes they wouldn't. Shows like that. Of course, Bugs Bunny was a big favorite. And again, now, when I go into my high voices, you know, I can even sound like Bernadette from, whatchamacallit, Big Bang Theory, right? Didn't know that, did you? Ha ha ha. Wouldn't say, sir. But I learned to do male and female voices. Now, this might, again, freak you out, because, again, you don't understand that the guy who did Bugs Bunny was one guy. His name was Mel Blanc. He did the voices of Granny and everybody, and even the witch. I said, oh, you in the stew, you little rabbit. Yeah. That's why I can do Zelda from freaking Poltergeist, too. Step into the light, children. There's peace and serenity in the light. Right. Clear your thoughts, they already know what you're thinking. Another line. I don't like trick answers, Steven. And someone's trying to trick me too, right? Messing with me about trying to find a girlfriend of age, you know. And some people don't understand the age of consent in Georgia has always been 16, right? Consent means she can sleep with someone who's 120 if they can get it up. And she's into that person, right? That's the law. It's not like I said I go out trying to date or have sex with 16-year-olds normally. Who does that? Who doesn't? But I'm looking for a girlfriend, so if the girl shows attention and she's 16, I can't do nothing about that. And even if you're working at under 16, you're supposed to have an ID, and I'll card her. Usually, unless she tells me she's like 37 and I can't prove it or disprove it, right? Things like that. And working in a nail salon or something. Now, someone's on and on about it. When you insist something I never said happened to happen, you sound like you know it happened. Okay? It's the point about the fall. You can't say I couldn't have died in the fall if I felt like I thought I fell. Which would be from the third floor. Now, if I lower myself down to the second floor, yeah. If again, right? I could have jumped. Now, plot thickens here, right? Only issue with the Navy I've heard in the past is the gay Navy versus the straight Navy, right? Is it actually gay or straight, right? Well, some people, like with the YMCA, see, the thing about the Navy is the ship has compartments in it. But most of them are for electrical breakers and things like that, right? But when your own shipmate won't train you and ask you if you're gay 3 times, that's called quid pro quo. What he's trying to do is say, well, you're not going to get trained by me unless you have sex with me. So that's what I had to deal with the whole time on the ship. Now, it ain't because he would think he's gay, right? No, right. It's because I would be gay because I would be the one receiving it. No. Well, I said that. That's also trying to trick someone. No. And having sex with you that's against the UCMJ, right? Now, what he don't realize, though, is the male giving is just as guilty of it as the male receiving. Actually, we would both get a dishonorable discharge. But I didn't do it, I don't think, unless, again, they're trying to code red me, right? The code red, you could die or black out or whatever, right? And you don't know what the hell happened. Now, it's not like with roofies either, or alcohol blackout either. Though, alcohol blackout would be similar to what it would be like. But again, I don't drink, so I was also sober throughout my tour in the Navy. I never drank anything stronger than a Coke or water. hmm The only alcohol I think I had before that was with Lisa at her uncle's house when I met them at the freaking fair and had to get a ride home with the uncle. But he gave me a ride home. Nothing happened with him either, right? Right. I don't think anything really happened with Myron and David. You're just making me so paranoid about it. I don't know anymore. But like I said, when people are messing with you, you don't know who your friends are anymore because the only way they can really do that is to black you out to where you're fully knocked out, right? And you have no memory of what they did with you after that. They could have dumped you in the bed because they got to find you dead in the bed, right? And act like you somehow died in your sleep or something. But if they're trying to knock you out, you would have bruises too, unless Jesus heals you like the Wolverine, like I said. But why would I say that? The skin disease, leprosy, maybe. The boy and the girl being resurrected. The boy was being brought to the damn tomb, and Jesus just touched his briar, and that's in Luke, right? The girl was delayed because of the woman with the issue of blood, but again, that's an issue of blood that isn't easily healed within her reproductive system, right? Whatever the issue was, right? She might have had a child or something that tore her insides or something, right? We don't know the details, right? All right, he's healing the blind. A bunch of lepers. He healed 10 lepers at one time, right? The only one, a Samaritan, gave praise to God, right? But the skin disease and Jesus being pierced through with the spear is similar to being shot. The nails in the hand and feet, you're pierced all the way through, right? And part of that is to cause you pain so you can't lift up and you die by what's called congestive heart failure because you can't breathe, right? And your lungs fill up with fluid, right? And you die on the cross, right? That's what happened to Jesus 6 hours later. Plus, his back was badly beaten. He was hit upside the head with the crown of thorns, right? And they smote him with the palms of their hands, right? Right. So they're kind of buffeted him. They're kind of beating him 39, save one, or 40, save one, right? With like cat o' nine tails, which is all kind of broken metals and glass and stuff like that. And again, by his stripes. Another way we would say that today is scars. Okay, when Thomas went to touch the spear wound, right? He can't put it into a cavity there. It's got to be healed, right? To the flesh line, right? But it will leave a scar. Right? It's kind of how you would recognize Jesus. He would be scarred the same way as when he left, right? Now, unless we're just messing up so badly, God has to loop it back around and Jesus has to come exactly the same way every time. Which, how is he the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And Jesus talks of that as a resurrection. Well, if you're looping, see, day 6 could be 10,000 years. And day 7. So we have 2 versions of ourselves. The Edenic version of ourselves, right? And the fall version of ourselves, right? In Eden, we're all naive. We could have leprechauns here, fairies, whatever. But after we fall, no. We can't even have a damn unicorn because we would cut off the damn horn of the unicorn and use it as an aphrodisiac. Yes, you would. Don't tell me that shit. That's an aphrodisiac to you. And what do you think the sword is? to a man. Or a serpent is to a woman. And what hole do you think the serpent goes into to produce a baby? I mean, use your damn head. It's a metaphor, right? Now, we have hair, which is like leaves. We have 4 limbs. We have a trunk, our body. We have a head, eyes, ears. But we can move around them like a tree, too, unless you cut it down, right? And then it's dead and can move where it wants to. Right. But so you say there's 2 versions of you. The perfect version of you in Eden before the fall, and then the fall happens within 70 years of the 7th day. But if the day can be multiplied by tens, right, it could also be 10,000 years for day 6, too, right? That's why John mentions 10 days in Revelations, right? Which is what? 10,000 years, 10,000 years. Does that not make more sense, scientists? If the earth is made perfect again, right, and goes to a state of corruption on the 7th day, and it's 60,000 years before that. See what I mean? We have the Edenic version of us and then the satanic version of us, right? We're still the same people, kind of, but brought forth through the sin. And we got to get back to the garden, like the song says. And we got to get ourselves back to the garden. By the time we got to Woodstock. Well, see, in Eden, before the fall, we're perfect, right? We don't have to deal with biting bugs or thorns and thistles or all that. Negativity. But, like I said, if it's multiplied by 1 to 1,000, 1 day to 1,000 years, right? It can't be multiplied at least another 1,000, right? Which is 10,000 or 100, right? Whichever it needs, right? Y'all figure this stuff out.